Lots of fun here. Where will we start? Under pressure, Pete Buttigieg releases names of his former McKinsey clients.
You and Elizabeth Warren have sort of been talking past each other the past couple of days. She's talking about your fundraisers, you're talking about her tax returns. Do you plan to take her on that head-on directly on the debate stage?
Look, I'm more interested in debating where our country is going. I'm happy to discuss each of our respective records on transparency, but the House is on fire. And this, above all, is a competition for the nominee to take on Donald Trump. And I will put my professional history, civilian and military, public and private, up against his any day.
On transparency, just to follow up on DJ's question, is there anything personally holding you back from opening up these fundraisers?
Just want to make sure we do it in the, if we approach this, that we do it in the right way. And again, the team's working through options, and we'll invite you to stay tuned in the coming days as we think about possible updates.
Earlier today, you said you were open to having a conversation about opening your fundraisers, and that's a question that reporters have been asking for months now. So I'm wondering, when do you expect to actually have that conversation and give an answer on that?
Again, I don't have a timeline for you.
Well, as the candidate, can't you just direct your campaign to open those fundraisers?
What's that?
As the candidate, can't you just direct your campaign to open those fundraisers?
Yes.
And why haven't you done so?
What's that?
Why haven't you done so yet?
There are a lot of considerations, and I'm thinking about it.
Last question. Can you give us an example of those considerations?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we know Pete Buttigieg, who was getting a cakewalk, so to speak, because, well, they like the new kid on the block, and he has a unique biography, to say the least. Under pressure, Buttigieg releases information about his clients when he was working at McKinsey and Company, a managerial firm that does this big corporate work and blah, 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 blah. And now originally when he released he didn't release the company names, so he's done that part. He's released the company names now. And according to the campaign, the list includes the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the Canadian supermarket Loblaws. I don't know what that is. It's a supermarket, Tim, in Canada. Best Buy, the Resources Defense Council, the EPA, the Department of Energy, the U.S. Postal Service, and the Department of Defense. These are clients that Pete was assigned to during his time at McKinsey and Company. According to the campaign, Buttigieg's work for Blue Cross Blue Shield looked at overhead expenditures such as rent, utilities, and company travel. People have been focusing on the Blue Cross Blue Shield portion of his resume because he went from being a supporter of Medicare for All to becoming someone who doesn't support it. To that point, back in February 18, 2018, Pete sent out this tweet. Gosh, okay. I, Pete Buttigieg, politician, do henceforth and forthwith declare, most affirmatively and indubitably into the ages, that I do favor Medicare for All, as I do favor any measure that would help get all Americans covered. Now, if you excuse me, potholes away. We now realize that Pete saying that he's favored Medicare for All doesn't mean he favors it over anything else. Proven by his previous comments and his comments currently on the campaign stump and in debates that he is prone to doublespeak, meaning when he talks you can't believe what he says because he means like 4 things at one time, and it's usually just to cover his ass.
I want to put that same question to Mayor Buttigieg.
Yeah, we've taught, look, everybody who says Medicare for all, every person in politics who allows that phrase to escape their lips has a responsibility to explain how you're actually supposed to get from here to there. Now, here's how I would do it. It's very similar. I would call it Medicare for all who want it. You take something like Medicare, a flavor of that, you make it available on the exchanges, people can buy in, and then if people like us are right, that will be not only a more inclusive plan, but a more efficient plan than any of the corporate answers out there.
So within the time that he became a supporter of Medicare for All, he works at Blue Cross Blue Shield and now is no longer a supporter of Medicare for All. I'm kind of confused of what Pete stands for. Maybe we should just check with his donors and find out. So a lot of people are concerned because now that he's not only against Medicare for All, he's running ads slamming it.
Senators of Elizabeth Warren believe that we have to force ourselves into Medicare for all, where private insurance is abolished.
There are 160 million Americans who get their insurance from their employer.
So union workers are a little skeptical because they see that as a loss of a benefit that they fought hard to obtain in the workplace.
He's trying to focus on choice, not infringing on people's freedom to make that decision voluntarily.
Because you now have an increasing number of Democratic presidential candidates who are signing up for Medicare if you want it.
Mayor Pete said Medicare for all who want it. That's a much better formulation. Working towards a universal health care system, but it doesn't wipe out private insurance.
It's also amazing how people say Bernie inspired them, and they proceed to crap all over him now that they're running for president. Hey, look, man, if you say Tim Black inspires you, I inspired you, and all you do is tear me down, it'd be best not to mention that I inspired you. I think the real truth of the tape will be his fundraising. We want to see who are the people at these private fundraisers where Pete has been pulling in all of this moolah. Pete has finally agreed to let the press attend his closed-door private fundraisers. After stonewalling on the McKinsey thing, he caved on this pretty rapidly, and I would say it had to do with the amount of scrutiny that we're giving him in media. Maybe he thought that people would just move on. He'd give us a goofy smile, and then we just move on to something else. I'm glad to see that some people did stick to their guns and question him on this. Now, as far as the Blue Cross Blue Shield stuff, I want to mention this. Buttigieg has received $26,000 in contributions from individuals associated with the national health conglomerate Blue Cross Blue Shield. Blue Cross and other such companies, or McKinsey and other such companies, commonly recruit heavily from students with similar educational backgrounds as Buttigieg. And also important to note that Warren, who notably stays out of the fray, keeps her head down on a swivel. He asked Tim Black, "Why are you picking with me, Tim Black? I'm going to go get that dress and put it on the bed. You know the dress I wear at your funeral, Tim Black. You're really a milk dud pain in the backside. You're not my sugar daddy, though you look like one. You really char my tuchus. Always mimicking me on your stupid videos. No one watches them. No one cares. Gosh darn it, Tim Black. You betcha I'm tired of you. I'm so tired of you." Well, that same Elizabeth Warren who avoids the fray, who ducks her head down like she's avoiding any drama whatsoever, was going after Pete Buttigieg and bringing attention to the fact he was not being open and transparent about his fundraising or about his past with McKinsey and Company. It's good to see that Elizabeth Warren does have some spunk, some spirit. She'll need that if she's going to get back in this race. Well, maybe I don't want her to have it anyway, Johnson. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow when my guest will be Henry Davis from South Bend, Indiana, a politician there with some inside first-hand knowledge and experience in real life with the mayor, and also can highlight the real issues that have occurred in situations that lead the black community in South Bend to be so rejecting of the mayor.
Pete, I want to ask you about something that Julian Castro said earlier today. He was asked about your polling numbers among African Americans, and he said that you have to look at your record in South Bend. He said that you have a bad record with African Americans. What's your response to that?
That's false. Look, our city has had a lot of challenges, but the black voters who know me best returned me to office and supported me more the second time around than the first. And I would be happy to walk him around South Bend and introduce him to folks if he wants to learn more about how we tackle these really tough issues. I mean, we've got major challenges as diverse communities do.
Forget the sound bites. Let's get down to the story. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Did you enjoy that content? I know you did. You got great taste, Johnson. What can I say? Become a member of the Tim Black Wolf Pack today right here on YouTube, or go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. Wolf Pack.